Mrs. Plum, thank you. I just wanted to bring up a lady on my channel so that women know I don't hate women. I love my black queens. So, Mrs. Plum, the floor is yours. If you have any question, any comment to Mr. Jeff, anything you want to say, go on.
First and foremost, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the opportunity, and I'm not going to hold you up. I want to say, don't ever apologize for
Mm,
giving what you just gave us. Don't ever apologize for that.
mm,
I know you're in here and you're talking to the guys, but I don't know if you've seen my comments before,
mhm,
but being in here and listening to you talk to the men, for me, it's a benefit because it allows me to, first and foremost, understand more. Understand because this is not my perspective. I'm a woman, so I don't get to see it this way. I don't necessarily hear it, even though I'm married. My husband and I have a good communication setup, but there are things that he can tell me that I don't necessarily understand. And in listening to you, I have been able to communicate with him more to say, "Hey, I
mm,
understand this.
mm,
Is this how it is?"
mhm,
So when you talk to the men,
mhm,
I listen because I can turn around and better assist my husband.
mm,
Everything you say, everything, like what you just said just now, even though you were like, I'm talking to King Breeze, you were talking to me too. I was fully
mhm,
receptive and open to that. So,
mm,
I mean, I can't speak for all the women, but for me, this has definitely been um, a journey and an opportunity that I'm so glad that I happened upon. And my husband is the person that put me on it. It was like, hey, check this
mm,
out, because he listens to things while he's working.
mhm,
So when he put me in this space, he didn't even put me in this line. I'm gonna say this lane. He put me in on the guys that were going through the divorces, the guys that were having all the troubles with, infidelity.
yeah.
And it was just something that, he was listening to, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to listen to this." And for him, I guess he was like, "I know you're gonna understand. I know you're gonna be receptive." And I was. I just, I was probably the chick that they were like, "Why you hating on? Why you hating on us? You always on the guy's side." Yeah,
Mhm,
I am on the guy's side. I am on the guy's side. So yeah, so I really just wanted to get in here and say I greatly appreciate what you're doing. I
mm.
I know you say you speak to the men, but I'm sorry, you speaking to me. I take I take and get on almost every bandwagon I can get on to hear what you
Mm,
got to say. I follow the people that you have been on the panel with, even if it's someone that I didn't know before, like you. Um, and I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Buggier? How do you say it? I'm sorry.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Boogie. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you before, Mr. St. James. I had no clue. There was Dr. Will James. I had no clue about these men
mm,
and these other people that were out here speaking. So now I'm starting to follow more people, and
mm,
my husband's like, you need to talk more. You need to get out there and let
mhm,
them know that there are women out that's
Facts.
that's support. So and yeah, I would love to do it, but I feel
mhm,
like I don't necessarily possess the credentials to get out there and speak as you do.
mm,
But yeah, even though I just wanted to let you know, even though that you are out here talking to the men, I greatly appreciate it because I can take everything that you're saying. I can digest it, try to figure it out. I share the videos with my husband and say, "Hey, look at this one. Look at this one. Remember we had this conversation. We just had this talk." So
yeah.
it is very informative, and I appreciate you getting out here and giving us this platform to have healthy, healthy discussions. I like it when you shut the panels down and it's quiet because I can actually hear,
Mhm.
the conversations. I can hear what's going on, and it's easier for me to understand and digest what's happening.
Hey, number one, that that's a great first call in that I've ever received. That was listen, we gon'
I'm good. I'm glad it was
Boogie,
good.
you gonna clip this, right? You gonna clip this
Yeah,
part, right?
it's
Yeah.
gonna be the first one.
Yeah, so thank you, and that's a call in for both of us. So
Yeah.
thank you for this, and I'll say, I appreciate that because it can get to you when you start first doing this and you get both the positive and then the negative. I think for me, I had to mentally prepare myself to enter into this space and recognize that the truth matters more than whatever those people are going to have to say about me. And once I was able to kind of lock in on that, it made this part kind of easy. So I really love and I really appreciate the love and support that everybody's been sharing. And my hope is that the people I'm collaborating with, they start to see that there is a space for this new way of approaching the manosphere, talking about relationships, gender war topics and stuff. I think there's a different way that we can start to talk about it and people will still watch. Like not everything got to be like you a B, you a 304, you a this, you a that. Like I think this may be a new era where we can start to push for these types of things to happen. And again, exactly what you said happened in your marriage and relationship is actually the goal. Is the goal just to say everything's what every it's just that women are bad and men are bad, or is the goal to actually point us back to each other and figure out how to take accountability and listen and hear each other better? So I'm grateful and honored that you've taken the things that I've said on this microphone and it's helped your marriage. It's helped your relationship. You're like, based on what you said, it sounds like you're basically saying, I'm able to understand my husband better and hear him better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's and not well, first and foremost, let me make this clear. We
Hmm.
have a very good communication. We
Hmm.
are very open. It's none of this like in some of the things that you talk about where it's the silent thing. It's
Hmm.
there's no conversation, there's no talking, there's no exchange.
Hmm.
But at the same time, coming from a therapist, it sounds different.
Hmm.
The wording is different. And I can sit there and, sometimes you have to look at it from the outside. And when I hear it from somewhere else, I come back and I say, "Is this what you were saying?"
Hmm.
And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, I didn't get it." And
Hmm.
and sometimes it's like that for me. And
Hmm.
even if I feel bad in the moment that I didn't get what he was saying, it doesn't mean that I'm not ever open to receiving it elsewhere. And then as soon as I get it, I come back and I say, "Hey, is this it? Is this how it was? Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get that." Because he's always receptive to me. I mean,
Hmm.
but also listening to you, I can't necessarily express myself always myself. So in listening to you, it has assisted me to be more verbal, more communicative. I can say things like, "Oh, this is what I was trying to say," versus stumbling over my words. I listened to one of your podcasts and I could come
Hmm.
back and say, "This is what it was,"
Hmm.
because you spoke it out. And even though it wasn't directed to me as a female on the receptive end, I understood it.
Nah, listen, I really genuinely appreciate that. It's exciting because, and that's extremely validating to know us as content creators. It's one thing when you start this and nobody's watching. Usually, most people in your life, personal life, a Boogie knows this, they don't care. Most people in
Mm,
your personal life, if you got kids or family or friends, if they're not into this stuff, they may watch it once, they may give you a like, but when you get a bunch of strangers to be like, wow, that's my perspective. Like I understand things now. Like though this really, really helped me. That's what makes this kind of worth it. And our goal, his and mine as well, is not only to point out the bad behavior, but actually point out the behavior that we think we need to change in men and women so we can actually fix this stuff. So well, we're both grateful. Speaking for Boogie, but I'm grateful and I genuinely thank you for that. And something tell me I'm gonna be reaching out to you soon because you've been on both our channels
yes,
and
yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
think I
Check
might
your
need you
email.
as I might need you as a moderator when these chats start getting crazy once I start doing these call-ins, honestly. And I do want to say one thing while I'm still here before I go. To King Breeze, as I'm reading and you're saying, you didn't mean for it to be taken in a way in which it came off in terms of a lot of men can't make certain things, certain amount or whatever. I apologize. I get very passionate about this stuff, and I didn't mean to make it come off like I'm judging you or calling you what's the right word? I forget exactly what it was in terms of a loser or anything like that. I don't want us to get in the habit of saying out loud what men can't do in this culture and society. And that's really what it boils down. I don't like to do that personally, individually, and I don't like to use the words impossible, hard, difficult. I'm learning that as I've changed that language personally, and I'm changing that language with the clients I'm working with, my life and their lives are typically getting better. And so that I apologize if I came off a little too harshly. So forgive me in my passion. I just want to see us as men, grow in the ways in which we can.
Yeah, man. I wanted to take this opportunity, man. When Mrs. Plum was talking, I almost shed a tear, but I was like, I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. It's just so refreshing to know there's at least one woman. Obviously, I'm not surprised it's a married woman,
Mhm,
who
mhm.
kind of understands where men are coming from. Are we saying men are perfect? No,
No.
they're not. That's why brother Jeff went on a rant talking about what men should do better. Because at least men, we're gonna hold each other accountable at all times. But shout out to Mrs. Plum. I know you said your husband told you should start a channel or start speaking up, but honestly, you did a good job. I think you should start. I just made you a moderator for my channel. Jeff said he's gonna reach out to you. I'd also love to reach out to you and maybe have a one-on-one with you if your husband agrees.
Mhm.
So if you want to put your links down below in the chat or your Instagram, how people can reach you if people want to get in contact with you. But I've gone beyond my time with this gentleman, so I'll definitely be bringing him back because it seems like you guys really enjoyed him. Don't forget his channel. I've been putting down, just type Ask a Brother podcast in YouTube. You'll definitely be getting that. I'll bring him back because some seems like you guys enjoyed this. And Mrs. Plum, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you and your husband. God bless you in your marriage. And I hope it could be you. You could be the Jeff, the female version. You never know. You could
Female
speak up
Kevin
and speak
Samuels.
up. Yeah, like, so thank you for coming on, thank you for supporting me and everybody who supports me, and thank you, brother Jeff. And yeah, so last few words and then that's it, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, bro, and for the love and support. And just believe, man, this will not be the last time that we're gonna be doing this together for sure. And to thank you all that are watching it now, are going to watch this stuff later on, and just know that this little convo we just had with Mrs. Plum, this just motivates me even more. So best believe that me and some of these other content creators, I think there's going to be a lot of content creators just realizing like there's a new way. My hope is that the negative stuff starts to get really old and gets played out. So if we can do that, man, who knows how far these messages and videos can go. So I appreciate your time, and see y'all on the other side.
All right, brother. Thank you, Mrs. Plum.